Dharmaya yashase arthaya Kamaya swajanaya cha Panchada vibhajan vittam Iha mutra cha modate. Therefore, one is in full knowledge should divide his accumulated wealth in 5 parts: for religion, for reputation, for opulence, for sense gratification, and for maintenance of his family members. Such a person is happy in this world and in the next. So now this is interesting, and the point that very important topic, how to use money. Money, money, money is sweeter than honey, honey, honey. Money attracts. Unfortunately, in the society, money is source of destruction. And those who come to spiritual life generally understand to keep away with money. This is in the Vedic culture, Brahmanas keep themselves in poverty. Because in general, money means destroy the spiritual life. That's the thumb rule. Janmaishwarya Shuta Shibi Edamana Madha Puman. Anybody with money becomes intoxicated. Madha. Janma Aishwarya Shuti. And then he cannot do devotional service. Because once you are intoxicated with Janma, the birth, your opulence, your learning, and your beauty, you cannot offer any prayers to Krishna. Correct? Because you have some source of satisfaction. So money should not give us satisfaction. Okay. But it gives. That's the problem. So some meditations I had on money. But anyway, here Rupa Goswami divides it into many parts. He divides this into, as far as I can see, he's divided into 5 parts. In this shloka it is 5 parts. Because who is instructing whom? Vaman Deva is instructing Bali Maharaj. For a Kshatriya, some money for prestige. Not for a Vaishnava. Some money for prestige and some other things have come. Rupa Goswami gave another example. When Rupa Goswami was to renouncing his family life, he had huge amount of money. He was very rich. He was the minister of Nawab Hussain Shah. Interesting, Nawab Hussain Shah is Jarasandha from Krishna Leela. So, big pastime Lord Chaitanya. So Rupa Goswami, when he was leaving his service, he had so much wealth कि पूरा एक नाव he could fill with gold coins. I don't think today anybody can do that kind of. Shri Radha Govinda ki. I don't think anybody has that kind of wealth today. And Rupa Goswami did it. He divided his wealth in half. He gave in donation to the qualified brahmanas. Then 25% he gave to his family members. And there is not much mention about his family. Maybe he was also a grahastha probably and all this. He gave them some money. And then 25% remained. He kept it for emergency. With a village banker. Vaishya was doing banking, so he gave some money as an emergency. They're trusted, You don't have the kind of system today of all this chala, but some system, you can give money and it is protected. He gave it to a banker. And then he sent a message, something like 10,000 gold coins, not even small amount. 10,000 gold coins. This is 1/4. That means 40,000 gold coins. How rich he was. And he sent a message to Sanatan Goswami that some money I kept because he knew his brother has been arrested. And he left to meet Lord Chaitanya. Rupa Goswami meets Lord Chaitanya and Lord Chaitanya instructs him for 10 days. And that's another pastime. So now Sanatan Goswami at this moment is in the jail. And he gets a message through a spy that 10,000 gold coin is the banker. And he wants to get out somehow. And he tells the jailer that you leave me, I want to go. And the jailer is, how can I let you? And then he says something, you're like my father, and that jailer starts crying with his big daddy, tears come, whatever it is. Then finally he tells him, leave me, I'll give you 5,000 gold coins. He says, no, it's very risky, the king will punish me if I do that. No, you tell me I went for a bath and I just jumped into the river and I would have drowned because I had handcuffs on. And I knew anyway I'm not going to be here, I'm going to be far away. I'm going to go to Lord Chaitanya and Vrindavan, far away. So no, he'll never come to know, don't worry. And you get 5,000 gold coins. He was thinking, then he said 7,000. So he was almost ready. That 10,000. He said, okay, I'll take the risk. And he same money, so some money was arranged. So then Rupa Goswami, and this is a standard formula, therefore when Rupa Goswami is our Acharya, he was in the Shat Goswamis in Vrindavan, he was the leader of the team. I was just meditating on that. Any team has to have a leader, correct? But there is no formal system needed in those days, because naturally he is a leader, Rupa Goswami. Even though he was his elder brother of Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami was a leader. In the sense he was spiritually, we are all called Rupanugas. It's not a Sanatan Goswami is less, but Rupanuga is the leader. Rupa Goswami is the leader. And he always gave highest respect to his brother. But as a followers, we know he led the team. After Lord Chaitanya disappeared, Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale. That is the credit of Rupa Goswami. ये उनका credit है. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu के जाने के बाद he took charge of his movement. Therefore he gets the credit to being the leader. But naturally he was a leader. Today in ISKCON we have to have some kind of a system, because we are sadhakas. But great devotees don't need this. Naturally they work in a team. And then Rupa Goswami set an example for the whole sampradaya. This is the example actually. Prabhupada used to joke. Sometimes people come to Vrindavan and they give all their wealth to their children, their family members, everything. And Krishna says, what you brought for me? My beads. Prabhupada said, what is this? Prabhupada said, Krishna is asking where you kept your money first. Correct? That is a kind of a tendency. Prabhupada, that is okay, one part, at least something good, not so bad. But at least he is coming to serve Krishna. But Prabhupada is saying, generally society is not like that. Generally society doesn't understand. Okay? So some 8 meditations on money. So money does not remain in one place. It keeps going here, there. It shows, it only goes to Krishna. Therefore, Lakshmi is called Chanchala. So when money is with us, we should use it for Krishna, because it will not go to stay anywhere. No guarantee. Today here, tomorrow there, tomorrow here, tomorrow here. Check. Sometimes we think I am very expert and clever. However expert you are, just like we had recently case of one of the richest man in India, was to go to jail. His mother saved him. Mother got into the picture. Mother can't see the son is going to jail. Got the elder brother to bail him out just previous day night. That's what the report says. But you see the situation of the person. He may be thinking he is very clever. But however clever you are, if money has to go, it will go. So anyway, when it is in our hand, we serve Krishna. Another thing, money is God's energy, not your energy. Therefore, it is used in Krishna's service. The moment we feel it is our energy, we try to use it for our gratification. That's the meditation. No? I think this mobile is mine, I want to enjoy it. ये मेरा है तो मैं आनंद करेगा. मेरा नहीं है तो कृष्ण का है. So that kind of meditation if I build, what is going to happen? Then I always respectfully deal with this mobile. Correct? It's not mine. You get the meditation. Anything I have, it's not mine. Then once it doesn't, because that's whoever is the proprietor is the enjoyer. You own something, you enjoy something. You're not the proprietor. Krishna is the proprietor. Krishna is the enjoyer. Bhuktaram yagna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. So this meditation makes it very clear. Money is God's energy. This is a very good meditation. This is from Isha Upanishad. Isha vashimidam sarvam yat kinchit jagatam jagat tena taktena bhunjita magida ka sudana. Another good meditation. Everything is owned by Krishna. is controlled and owned by the Lord. Whatever we see in this world is controlled and owned by the Lord. Actually, to get peace, we need 3 meditations every day. One meditation is Bhokta Ram Iknitapasam. Krishna is enjoy. The moment the meditation is there, you are not thinking of enjoying then. All your senses are numb. You are not the enjoy. Krishna is the enjoy. It takes a lot of time to put our focus from ourselves and put on Krishna. That is bhakti. Bhakti means now the focus has come on Krishna. That He is the enjoy. Bhokta. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the owner of everything. I don't own anything. Suhridam Sarvabhutana. He is my best well-wisher. Not only my best well-wisher, is everybody's best well-wisher. Suhridam Sarvabhutana. So these 3 meditations, and you can, each one of them, you can write a book. Each one of them can bring peace. When Prabhupada was in America, so there was a lot of peace movement going on. There were a lot of people running around here and there. There was that Vietnam War and a lot of peace rallies. You want peace, why war? We want peace. So Prabhupada wrote a short note, the peace formula. And he put the shloka of Bhagavad Gita and gave an explanation of that. And he said, please go to the rally and distribute. Tell them this is a way for peace. Not so-called candlelight vigil so much. This is not going to help. People have to change. Just like Prabhupada said, if we keep the people on the level of dogs, we cannot expect any peace. The people have to rise. And then there will be peace. So everything animate and inanimate within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. Everything. So that gives us peace if we have this meditation. Oh, very nice. Then money brings something more. Everybody thinking, if I become greedy, I'll get more. This is very, very interesting. Because every society is thinking, correct? Which package I want more money. Tell them you can take less. No, I should take less. I want more. I am valued this much. Not only that, once somebody gets in a job, say 6 lakh package, then after that, that becomes his value. He may be good for nothing. By mistake, maybe the company gave him, and the company throws him out if they find him useless. He has to be productive. They cannot. Now he thinks he's 6 lakh. He gets a job 4 lakh, it doesn't take. Just like a land. Suppose you have to land, they say to destroy somebody. A very funny formula they tell in real estate. You go to the person and offer him go in a big car, and suppose the land is worth, say, some amount. Tell him 10 times the value. I am ready to pay you this much. Then after that, never go back to that place. Okay? That person will never sell his land because he wants 10 times the money. Maybe after 100 years, that land will be that value. So similarly, once somebody gets certain amount of money for his work, that's all over. He thinks that is his value. Then he loses his spirit and the different mentality. You cannot get a farthing more than so. Money we get actually, nobody is in control. It is just like karma. Now nobody can give me pain if I don't have to get it. Can somebody give me pain? You cannot give me pain. My karma protects me. With this body, with the boundary, I am protected by laws of karma. If I have some karma to get pain now, you can give me pain. You cannot, nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. This one Western philosopher got it. But even Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said the same thing. Nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. So unless your karma allows, nobody will be able to give you any pain. Correct? That's right. Your karma allowing, therefore somebody is coming and give you a pain. Okay. So similarly, money. We think I'm working in a particular job, therefore I'm getting money. Correct? We cannot see, just like, we have to develop the meditation that Krishna is my maintainer. Correct? Bhoktar, Krishna is the Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitanam Ekam Buddhanam Vidadhati Kaman. Immediately Shloka Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Pahi Mam Raksha Mam. Pahi Mam Raksha Mam. Krishna says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, आप मेरे को maintain करिए, आप मेरी सुरक्षा करिए. This is it. Now, so that means Krishna is a maintainer, but that's invisible. We cannot see it. It's not. Is it possible to see? You cannot see. You see always that your employer is giving. No. He is just an instrument. I give this example, but difficult to understand for people. The point is, you are getting money according to your karma. The example is given. Suppose somebody student joins a college. Now the father says, you select any bank, you made an account in any one of the banks you like. Okay? He says like that. Then father sends him the same money which he has decided to send. It does not depend on which bank he has made the account. At a Karnataka bank here or corporation, that is not based on that he is giving money. So similarly, you may think I'll do this job or I'll do that job. Better do a job which gives you job satisfaction, which is according to Guna Karma. Sometimes people say, किस में ज़्यादा पैसे चल रहा है? अरे no. You do a job which gives you total job satisfaction, you will get the same money. Mysteriously, the money, the check is already written, amount is also already written. This is totally mysterious. What is anybody will agree to that? Difficult to believe this, but it is laws of karma. This is the decision. And the money will come according to your karma. Money has nothing to do with your what kind of job you are doing. It has to come, it will come. Not to come, it will not come. Nowadays, Prabhupada then continuing, people are feeling that if I just endeavor, I'll get more money. They were in Bombay and they were telling Prabhupada that in America they do so much what is known as brain drain. You heard about brain drain? आजकल तो उल्टा चल रहा है, but brain drain मतलब they encourage Indians to come to their country, the most intelligent people. Sometimes they blame top colleges in India. The government of India spends so much money in training them, like IIT. And I personally see 70-80% of my classmates are abroad. And they have already settled down. 25 years over, they have the citizenship also. And they are not interested to come to the country at all. So sometimes there is a reflection of the people that isn't it waste of money of the country, because we train and go. So this was developing to Prabhupada on this line, that we spend so much money on training these people, but these people, what do? They go abroad. So country is a waste of endeavor for them. So somebody telling Prabhupada, therefore these countries are rich because all the cream of India goes there. Somebody says, what else? Here only reservation. Where the cream will go, they go there. That's the joke somebody said. Anyway, the point here is that Prabhupada said, no. This was in Bombay discussion. No. It's not that they are rich because they are trying some tricks. Grace of Krishna in the way of karma is there. It's not that every person in India doesn't want to be rich. हर आदमी सेठ होना चाहता है, हर आदमी थोड़ी सेठ बन जाता है. That's what Prabhupada is saying. सब लोग सेठ बन जाएंगे ना. अगर मेहनत से सेठ बनना होता तो सभी सेठ बन जाते. And this is what they say. You believe in yourself, you work hard, you'll become rich. ये समाज में ऐसा फैलाया जाता है. But it's not true. It's not true. The karma is there. It will be there. Otherwise it will not be there. Do whatever you want. So modern civilization, there is a mistaken conception. Srila Prabhupada says, if we work harder, we get more money. So more money, more happiness. More money, more happiness. And therefore, everybody lives a frustrated life. Because they think, if I have more sense gratification, more I am happy. Just like we go, we think, okay, we can have a car. Then we become habituated to travel in the car. But at least we are sharing the flight now. We don't like to travel in bus because you have to share space with some other people. Bus, how can I sit? And the next level of comfort, you get used to flight. You have your own aircraft. So many rich people have your own aircraft. They have the helipad on their house. They get used to that. And when we see that, usually at one level, you see a person at higher level, you think that will make me happy. So there is no end to this trap by money. This is rather a demonic mentality. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, so much wealth I have today, I'll earn more according to my scheme. So much in mind now, it will increase in the future more and more. This is not a devotee's mentality. Bhagavad Gita says 16.13 is a demonic, Danava. So I was just thinking, इसमें क्या गलत है? मेरे पास इतना पैसा है, मैं भी कमाऊंगा, उतना हो जाएगा, फिर और बढ़ेगा. ये दानव क्यों बोल दिया कृष्ण जी? इसीलिए बिकॉज भक्त का मेडिटेशन होता है, मेरा आज इतना भगवान में विश्वास है और बढ़ेगा, मेरा आज इतना भगवान का सेवा है और बढ़ेगा, मेरा भगवान से आज इतना प्रेम है और बढ़ेगा, आज मैंने इतना प्रार्थना की कल और बढ़ाऊंगा. सो समथिंग एल्स ही वांट्स टू इंक्रीज. यू गेट इट? The karmi means his focus is to increase his material wealth. Spiritualist means focus is to increase his faith on the Lord, his meditation on the Lord. So that is where the increase should be. Somehow our nature is to increase. हमारा nature ही है बढ़ना. That's why husband, wife, then children, then grandchildren, great grandchildren, आप बढ़ना चाहते हैं. Krishna is also expanding. We also want to imitate Krishna and expand. But devotee expands in his faith in Krishna and surrender to Krishna and devotion to Krishna. That is where his focus should be. But karmi people, they want to expand somewhere else. It's another department for expansion. You understand? Even if devotee gets a reverse, but he expands spiritually, he is very happy. So this is another meditation you can have. And then the last meditation today, Prabhupada says, so much they become obsessed. Money, 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 sweeter than honey. Person starts stealing. Because he feels, see, finally at the end of the day, आनंदमयो भ्यासात, जीव आनंद के लिए तो जी रहा है. जब वो अपना खुशी को पैसे से जोड़ देता है, वो कुछ भी कर देता है फिर उसके पीछे. नष्ट, पूरा नष्ट हो जाता है. And that's what happens today. They give some excuse तो बहुत आसान है, but everything becomes spoiled. So this is the danger of money. So money is energy of the Lord. Therefore, it should be used for the service of the Lord. And that meditation we have, very nice. Prabhupada used to say, पहले किसानी ज़्यादा लोग होते थे. They used to do agriculture. Perfect karma yoga. कर्मणेव अधिकारते मा फलेषु कदाचन. मेरा अधिकार है, अपना कर्म करो. माँ फल में मेरा अधिकार नहीं है. Why? माँ कर्म फल हेतु भू. आप अपने कर्म फल के कॉज नहीं हो. जैसे आप आम जमीन में डाला, पेड़ आता है, पेड़ में फल आते हैं. आपका योगदान तो बहुत छोटा सा था. आपने तो उसका बीज भी नहीं बनाया, आपने बारिश ही नहीं बनाया, आपने हवा भी नहीं बनाया, आपने कुछ भी नहीं बनाया. आपने बनाया क्या? थोड़ा पानी डाला, उसको जमीन में डाला, बस. तो आपका क्रेडिट तो जीरो है. इसलिए कृष्ण सेज माँ फलेषु कदाचन. फ्रूट इज नॉट योर्स. तो जब भी हम मेहनत करते हैं, फ्रूट बिलोंग्स टू कृष्णा. तो क्या करें भाई? तो प्रभुपाद से अच्छा, कर्मण्य अधिकार से माँ फलेषु कदाचन, तो हमारा फल नहीं है तो क्या उसको जाके डस्टबिन में फेंक दे? नहीं, डस्टबिन नहीं फेंकने का, कृष्णा को देने का. कर्मण्य अधिकार से माँ फलेषु कदाचन माँ कर्म फले हेतु. व्हाई यू शुड नॉट थ्रो इन अ डस्टबिन, गिव इट टू कृष्णा, बिकॉज ही इज द कॉज ऑफ द फ्रूट. And when we hear this, many people say, now will not work. Mate sangosta karmani. Hearing this, don't stop work. You have to work. It's a very interesting principle of karma yoga, very nicely developed in the Bhagavad Gita. Just like some student is getting a job, you say, hey, you got a very good package. Now this is for Krishna. Huh? I'm not working for Krishna. I'm going to work for myself. I work hard. पूरा मैंने महीना मेहनत किया, मेरे को मिलने का है. नहीं, ये कृष्णा का है. So कौन स्वीकार करेगा इसको? नहीं सकता. That's why karma yoga also, which is also, karma yoga is is a stepping stone to bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is much higher. कर्म फला त्याग, उसको निष्काम कर्म बोलते हैं. That is not bhakti yoga. That is leading to bhakti yoga. निष्काम कर्म योग, भक्ति योग में बहुत फर्क है. निष्काम कर्म योग में अपना काम कर रहे हैं, जो हमको अच्छा लगता है कर रहे हैं, लेकिन भगवान को अर्पित नहीं कर रहे हैं. अभी तो भक्ति योग तो उसके आगे नेक्स्ट स्टेप है. एंड ऑफरिंग एवरीथिंग टू कृष्णा, दैट बिकम भक्ति योग. एंड प्रभुपद का जीवन में ऑलवेज एनी क्लास वी सी प्रभुपद सो ब्यूटिफुल. देन ही गिव्स द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल. प्रभुपद जी जब उनके गुरु का आदेश आ गया था उनको कि तुम विश्व भर में इसका प्रचार करो, क्या किया? वो गृहस्थ थे, कुछ धन था उनके पास, पूरा धन लगा के बैक टू गॉड मैगजीन प्रिंट किया. बहुत कोशिश किया मूवमेंट को अपना धन से बढ़ाएं. फिर कृष्णा ने अरेंजमेंट का सारा धन ले लिया. प्रभुपाद यूज्ड टू फील, अरे मेरे को क्या जरूरत है मूवमेंट में फुल टाइम जाने की, मेरे पास तो धन है. मेरे जो गुरु भाई लोग हैं वो जाते हैं, लोग भीख मांगते हैं, इकट्ठे करते हैं, मेरे पास तो धन है, मैं ऐसे ही अपने धन से मूवमेंट बना दूंगा. तो कृष्णा ने सारा धन ले लिया. Then he had what to do.